What's a full house? Anyone except Lewis? Shh. Ellie, play cards? You card man? You gambler? No?
No.
You don't roll the dice? I'm sure some of us know what a full house is. We're just not saying. Okay. Really?
Something like ace, two,
Hello.
three.
No.
No.
We're going to talk about that one too. A full house? Really? Do you guys play cards? Full house.
Isn't it five of the same?
Yeah. Likely. What do you want a Y in there? That would be the American spelling, like cookie. That's American?
No. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No.
Way?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. No.
No way.
That's like
Google it. Google
Yeah.
it. Google it.
All right. This isn't English. I don't want to cause a hysteria here. Have a rebellion on my hands. Full house. Yeah. Yes. That's a full house. Okay? Now, who wins if two people get full house? It's whoever has the highest rank card. So if someone else got 3 queens and 2 of something, doesn't matter what, they would win. If this is poker and there's 2 hands here. Okay? So jacks. If someone else got 3 nines and 2 aces, the jacks would still win because jacks is higher than a 9. That's a full house. Okay? 3 of a kind and a 2 of a kind. You think it's pretty likely that'll happen, or is it unlikely that'll happen? If you get 5 cards from a 52 card deck. So this is a little different than, okay, well, all I can do is explain it. So I got jacks. That's called the rank. The higher up you go, okay, the higher the rank. Obviously 4 is higher than 2s. You want 4s, right? But if someone else gets 6s, well, you lose. Jack's higher than a 6. Queen's higher than that. King's higher than that. And they take ace, even though it's like a 1, that's the highest rank. Okay? How many different ranks are in a card of decks? Did I say card of decks?
Yeah.
A deck of cards. How many cards in one suit? 13. There's 13 ranks. Okay? From 2 all the way up to ace. There's 13 clubs, 13 hearts, 13 diamonds, 13 spades. There's 13 ranks. So I got to choose one of these ranks. Okay? So 13. And then I want to choose one of those ranks. In this case, the rank is jacks. Okay? Now, how many jacks are in a deck of cards? 1 of each suit, right? That's the same goes for any rank. There's 4 of each rank in a card, a deck of cards, not a card of decks. Okay, so of those 4 jacks, I need to get, for a full house, 3 of them. I know. Okay, but wait a minute, I'm not done, right? These can't be any cards, they have to be a pair. All right? So I've already chosen one rank for the first 3, so how many do I have to choose from? Because I can't be a jack, otherwise it's not a full house anymore. Times, I've got 12 ranks left to choose from. Okay? I got to choose one of those other ranks of the 12 remaining, because I've already taken a rank for jacks, right? Once I've taken a jack, I can't take a jack again. I'm down to 12 ranks. It can be anything other than a jack for my last 2 cards. Okay? And then I want 2 of them, right? So of those 4, in this case it's 9s for my rank, I want to choose 2 of them. That's your favorable outcomes for a full house. What are the total possibilities? What's my total sample space for picking? By the way, this is poker. You got 5 cards. I didn't say it, but there's 5 blanks here. 52 cards. I want to choose 5 of them. Okay? So what's the top thing? And I know it's got a times here before we added these, right? Well, you just got to remember that. Okay, 13. Whoop. Oops. 13 choose 1 times 4 choose 3 times 12 choose 1, which is 12, times 4 choose 2. That's how many ways you can get a full house. Yeah, quite a few. But how many ways can you get any 5 cards? We already saw this number yesterday. How many ways can you get 5 cards from 52? Two and a half million ways. Okay, so 3744 looks like a lot, but when you divide these, that's going to be a pretty small number. 59890. Okay, so I'll just cheat and go 1 over that times 3744. That's 3744 divided by this. 0.001, 0.1%. Right? Pretty small. Not very likely. So, in layman's terms, what's the likelihood? Not very. If you put that on your test question, I can't give you much credit for it. No. Okay? And they'll probably have a couple, maybe another number there, okay? Whatever. It's not much difference between 0.001 and 0.0014. Okay, so not very likely. That's why when you get one, you don't smile, because then other people know what you got, right? You know the poker, you ever watch poker on TV? It's like, that's amazingly popular. But some guys even wear sunglasses. The best players are really, really good at reading other people's faces, emotions. And even when you got a bad hand and you smile, they're really good. They know it's a fake smile, right? And then it's just luck of you getting the right cards. Okay, it's an art. Okay, and well, part science, I guess, but mostly art. Full house. How about likelihood of getting 4 of a kind? That means every card from a particular rank, right? We know what 4 of a kind is? Okay, but you're dealt 5 cards. Let's say, what's the best 4 of a kind you could possibly get? All aces. Okay, that 4 of a kind will beat anybody else's 4 of a kind, irregardless of what this card is. So let's just copy what we did before. What did I do first? I had to choose a rank. Same thing. Okay, there's 13 possible ranks here. I want to choose one of them. And then how many cards from that rank? I want all 4 of them. Okay, so if it's helpful, and it probably is, this is rank times number of cards. Okay? So that's 4 aces. That's what that says. Well, it doesn't say aces. It says 4 of some rank. Could be 4 twos, 4 sixes, whatever. I've got another card here. Okay, what did we do up here? Well, I've already chosen a rank. Now I got one less rank to choose from. So 12, choose one of those ranks. Rank times cards, right? Same thing. How many cards do I want? 4, choose. I just want one more card, right? This has to add up to 5 cards. 4 and 1. Okay? 3 and 2. It's got to add up to 5 cards. And this is the same. Total number of choices in a proper deck. 52, choose 5. So what does this give us? Do you think that's more likely or less likely than full house? 4 of a kind's easier than full house? Well, if the number's bigger than 3744, you're right. And if it's less than that, you are incorrect. So 13, choose 1, which is just 13, times 4, choose 4, which is just 4, times 12, choose 1, which is just 12, times 4, choose 4. Only 624 ways you can get 4 of a kind. Less likely. Okay, 2 million whatever. Okay, divide that by, there's the number right up here. So probability, 2.4 times 10 to the minus 4. So that is the number, okay, but that's also the number. And it better be smaller than that. Okay, if I said, what is the likelihood of getting something other than 4 of a kind, do you know how you would do that? That should be an easy question. We've done this. It has to add up to 1, right? So 1 minus this, well, that's the likelihood of getting everything else. Because it has to add up to 100%, right? Okay, so last one. This is the one you need for your first question. Or is it the first or second? What's the hardest thing to get, Lewis? Yeah. That's pretty tough, yeah. But that's not a proper deck. That's called cheating. That's called I pulled my gun out. Right? That was proper law back in, 17, 1800s. You cheat, I use my gun. I think we still do that in parts of America. I'm kidding. Okay. So what is a royal flush? Ace, king, queen, jack, 10, but it has to be a flush too. Okay, because that's just what we call a straight with a high card of ace. So it has to be the same suit. So, you remember how you did this one? Kind of followed this one. What are we going to do here? We're not going to follow that. So let's start with this first card, the ace. Let's say this is spades. What is the likelihood of pulling an ace of spades? How many chances do you have to pull the ace of spades? Well, there's 52 cards in the deck. How many ace of spades are there? Who said 4? A proper deck, not a cheating deck. There's only one ace of spades, right? How many ways can you get an ace of spade? One way. How many ways could you get an ace and a king of spades? Now here, order doesn't matter. If I deal you a king and then an ace, your hand is still the same, right? You got an ace and a king of spades. So don't get confused with the car question where there's two black cars. There's still only one way to get a king and an ace of spades. How many ways are there to get the ace, king, queen? One. How about the whole hand? How many ways are there to get these 5 cards from the deck? One way. Now, how many suits are there? How many ways is there to get a royal flush? 4. There's only 4 ways to get it. So what are your odds? 4 in, what's that number? 2, 5, 9, 8. Or is it 8, 9? Yeah, 9, 8. 9, 6. Oh, that's the hardest thing there is to get in cards. Okay? You could play for 50 years, 8 hours a day, and never get it. Because that's pretty small odds. Pretty small likelihood. That's a minuscule probability. Okay, so what is that as a number? You know how to do that in a calculator. Okay? So I know that one's different than the rest, but does that kind of make sense? There's only 4 ways to get a royal flush. So in your assignment, you just have to make a little adjustment. Okay? That's it. Quiz tomorrow, Shelley.